Coming in, you guys, is day number 133 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. Every single day here in the year 2022, I've been putting my booty into an ice bath. That one right there is called the Morosco Forge. I got that one in 2021. They're a company that makes a really nice ice bath. It makes its own ice, it filtrates its ice. It's really cool. And I love being able to get into, on a whim, an ice bath really any time of the day, any time of the year. And so today's ice bath temperature, 32.9 degrees Fahrenheit. So nice and chilly in there. Some chunks of ice, it looks like, that have been remnants from yesterday's production. So big chunks of ice. And we'll get into that here in just a minute. You'll see it's a little bit full. So when I first get in, it's gonna overflow big time. That's always fun to see, watching it overflow. But still having the leak in the unit. They're gonna come fix it on Tuesday. But in the meantime, I have to refill it with water every day. And I think today I put too much water in there. It's all good. We're gonna have fun with it. That's just the way it is. So if you're brand new to watching this, one of the things that I've been doing with these ice bath videos, I generally go live at 5 p.m. Eastern on every single day on Instagram Live. But in the month of May, I'm away writing a book about cold therapy called Cold Therapy Clarity that I hope to have out later this year. And so I've been doing these on video. So you're watching a replay of a video of me doing my ice bath at 5 p.m. So one of the things that I've done is tried to teach various principles about cold therapy, because this is kind of brand new to a lot of people, especially people in America. We're not as adept at knowing that cold therapy is actually a real thing that people around the world, a lot of people around the world, implement, and they don't even think about it being therapy. It's just stuff that they do. So what I've been teaching in my videos is just a little nugget of truth. Sometimes it's inspired by the feedback I get from you guys. So today, I heard from an old high school friend. We recently reconnected. Julie, hi Julie, reached out to me and she said, all right, you got me interested in this cold shower ice bath thing. Does it help with hot flashes? And I said, what an intriguing question. And so I want to answer that here today on this video. Julie, this is for you and all you ladies going through that tough period in your life. My ex-wife went through hot flashes after she had a full hysterectomy. It pretty much put her into immediate menopause, and she dealt with the hot flash thing. I wish I had known about therapies to help her, because she struggled there for a little while before she finally figured things out. So, all right, let me get into the ice. I will tell you about the hot flashes, and then we'll take a walk in my backyard here in just a minute with the chickies. You'll hear them out there when I'm walking later. They like to make noises while I'm out here, but hold on, let's get in the water. All right. Situate you so you can see all the action. And like I said, when I first get in, all this water is probably going to overflow. You might see some ice fall out. I know I overfilled it. All right, 5 minutes on the clock. Frigid temperature water, and here we go. Oh, and there's a big sheet of ice at the bottom too. So, lots and lots of ice. All right, here comes the water. Woo! I got pretty close. It didn't overflow too much. It's chilly today, guys. Woo! All right, I'm gonna lift my hands out of the water. All right. I don't think you realize how intense it is until you get in and you try to relax your brain and relax your breathing. And then you realize it's intense. All right, Julie, I want to talk to you, my dear. Julie was one of my best friends in high school, and we recently reconnected again. So happy. I don't really know many people from my high school class that I just don't see them online that much. We're all 50 years old now, so we're a bunch of old fogies. We don't do the Facebook thing. We let our kids do that thing. But Julie is on Facebook and is on Instagram and is out there doing all the things, watching YouTube videos. So Julie had a great question. And she's going through that period in her life where hot flashes are a real thing. So she's like, hey, does getting in the cold help with the hot flashes? Now think about it. It's hot flashes. So anything when you're going through that, it's a hormonal dysregulation thing. That's what hot flashes are. So anything that would cool your body down would be a good thing. And so absolutely an ice bath, a cold shower is great when you have hot flashes. Now let me tell you specifically where you should do the treatment. The back of your neck. So you guys know I talk about the vagus nerve back there in the back side of your head and around your neck area. Get that part of your body cold, and I would say the top of your head, because that's where you release a lot of heat, just in general. That's where a lot of the heat that you lose goes out of. And so getting your head under cold water in the shower, which is what Julie is doing, is what will help you with the hot flashes. And you've got to keep that exposure of the cold right on that spot for a little while. So if you can take it, those of you poor ladies going through menopause and you got hot flashes, if you can take it, get in the coolest that you can stand and stay in there. Not just the 1 to 2 minutes like you hear me talking about therapeutically, but I think you could probably do 5 to 10 minutes in there and really help with your hot flashes. And so if you're ready, go into an ice bath and definitely get the backside of your head under the water. But if you're not quite there yet, a cold shower should do the trick. All right, we're running out of time. I'm gonna go into the water here, and it's definitely gonna spill over now. Yeah. No hot flashes for me. I know, that's so cruel, because guys don't have to deal with hot flashes. We just have to deal with the women who have the hot flashes, and that's not fun. Oh, just kidding. It is definitely something that I feel for you ladies to have to go through that. And again, my ex-wife went through that. I watched her. They did a full hysterectomy, which forced her into menopause. And like overnight, she became this 9,000 degree temperature entity. And I remember I could feel heat emanating off her just standing a foot away from her. I could feel the heat of the hot flashes. And of course, she would get really flush. It looks painful. It looks horrible what you ladies have to go through. And so I feel for you, people like you, Julie, and others that have to do that. But hopefully you can get your hormones straight for my ex-wife, it was getting her estrogen patch down and making sure that that was a certain way. You know what we ended up doing for her is they have this this thing, it was like a jet thing that you could blow cold air under your covers while you sleep, because the hot flashes at night come on with a vengeance, and suddenly you wake up and you're burning up and you're sweating and it's just horrible. So I think it was called Bed Jet, and we got that contraption for her, and it blew cold under the covers. Now I loved that because I love the cold. I always did love the cold. So it would blow cold air under the covers to help keep her warm or cool, excuse me. There is this other product that helps with sleep that a friend of mine has been saying, hey, you should try this to help with your sleep. That does a similar thing, except instead of air, it's a pad that you lay on. It's called Chili Pad. I'm not associated with any of these brands. These are just things that you can do as someone with hot flashes, for example, but really anybody, to help cool your body when you're going through that. So Chili Pad and the little Bed Jet thing, those are really good things to do. But in the meantime, you can definitely get into cold showers. Julie said that her husband saw her in the shower when she had just turned it down to the cold, and he didn't realize it was cold till he stepped in with her and went, oh, okay, we're doing this now, huh? Did we forget to pay the water heater bill? That was a funny story, Julie. But yeah, I mean, anything that can help you get cooler, I think it's going to be to your advantage, whether you have hot flashes or not. Obviously with hot flashes or a propensity to be hot, this is good. I also want to make an argument though, because one of the things that people have pushed back on with the cold therapy is, well, Jimmy, I'm cold natured. I'm always cold. In fact, I was talking to my ex-wife the other day and telling her what I was doing with the ice baths, and she's like, all right, you enjoy that. Because in her mind, other than the things that she had to deal with the hot flashes, she's kind of cold natured, and so it doesn't sound desirable. But if you are cold natured and you quote hate the cold, guess what? You're gonna hate me so bad. Cold therapy is the answer. When you're cold natured, and there was this wonderful friend of mine up at the car wash the other day, and I was talking to her. She's a young girl, like 21, 22, and her boyfriend has been inspired by me. I told you this story the other day, to do cold therapy. He's going to jump into ice baths now. He's 22 years old. And so I said, so Gracie's her name. I said, so Gracie, are you going to try the cold? She said, oh, I'm much too cold natured for that. I'm like, you're exactly the kind of person that needs to get into an ice bath. And she's like, why? And because your body's out of whack in temperature regulation. And one of the best ways to bring it back into line is to do an ice bath. Because then your body is forced to turn on mechanisms to warm you up, namely the brown fat activation. So part of what happens to help people with hot flashes is that backside of your head and the upper part of your neck and the upper part of your shoulders. That is kind of where the brown fat, when you activate it, is. And so you want to be able to stimulate that, activate that, and cold therapy does that in spades. You also, going through the hot flashes and getting the back of your head wet with cold, what you want is also to calm down the vagus nerve, and that's where it's located. So letting that cold water pelt the back of your head in a shower, I would just say just keep your head under that water. Again, as cold as you can stand it, uncomfortable but doable. And then for a long time, you know, I know it doesn't sound desirable to keep your head under cold water if you've never done this before, for more than a minute or two at the most. Do it for 5 to 10 minutes, and I'd say closer to 10 if you're dealing with, and if you're actively in the midst of having a hot flash, keep your body in there. And what you're going to find is you're going to have such relief just with the cold temperature. But then check this out. It's not just the cold temperature that would be cooling you down. You also would be getting the relaxation aspect of this. Because when that vagus nerve is getting hit with the cold water, it calms down your nervous system. Because I've never had a hot flash. I don't want one. I'm glad you ladies have to be the ones to deal with this, because I'd be a wuss if I had a hot flash. But a lot of what it is not just the physicality of feeling that heat emanating from you and all that, your whole body feeling like it's an inferno, but it's also overriding everything in your nervous system. Everything. And so one of the things that getting the cold on the head does is it calms down your nervous system. It relaxes you. Hopefully when you get on the other side of the hot flash, and after you've been in the cold therapy and things start to kind of calm down, then you're just like, you feel the serenity that comes from having done that. So yeah, I think such a great question, Julie, that I'm glad you asked me if this is helpful for hot flashes, because I think in a myriad of ways. Obviously, you're hot, you need to cool down, it's going to be helpful, but it's much deeper than that, much more nuanced than that. I think it's going to be helpful for you. Now, does that mean it'll prevent other hot flashes? I wish I could say that, but there's so many things involved in why you're having hot flashes. A lot of it is just hormonal imbalances, namely estrogen, as you know, and progesterone and all that stuff. So once you get that balanced, the cold could actually help hasten getting that balanced as well. So don't negate that this could be something that you do on the regular to try to help you with that. So I hope that was helpful information today, you guys. As always, go check me out. I do post these on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. In the month of May, I am not going live, as I have been doing all year long. Month of May, I'm away writing on a book about cold therapy. I will be returning in the month of June, so stay tuned for that with live videos. So go follow me over on Instagram at Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVIN LOWCARBMAN, and follow me there. I have lots of great information about ice baths. I do little reels all the time. I'm constantly posting stuff there on Instagram. That's where all the fun kids are. Go join us on Instagram. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to be a little bit late posting the video tomorrow, because tomorrow I have a 90-minute massage session. So you guys know, last week I went to see a masseuse. My right shoulder has been jacked. And by the way, somebody, when I said right shoulder, and they're like, that's your left shoulder, it's inverted, so that's my right shoulder, I promise you. And so my right shoulder has had a big knot in it for a little while and has been causing me pain. It's kind of hard to lift my arm, and it's painful. Well, she started working on various parts of the back side of my shoulder blade area, and she found all kind of issues and got in there for 60 minutes last week. I was like, I need another long session to try to ease this, and she's going to try to get into the pectoral muscle and everything. Anyway, it's at 4:30 tomorrow, so 4:30 Eastern until about 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be getting a massage done on that shoulder, meaning I don't need to do the cold before the massage, because cold makes the muscles more rigid. It's hard for them to massage. And I'm going to need the cold after the massage to try to relax down some of the inflammation from where she will be working on me. So I will get in as soon as I get home from that massage therapy session, which should be around 6:15 or so. I'll get into the ice bath and try to have it uploaded by like 7 to 7:30 tomorrow. But when it's uploaded late tomorrow, you know why now, is I'll be getting basically the therapy for the post massage. And maybe that's what I'll talk about on camera tomorrow, is what it feels like getting into an ice bath after a really, because she does very deep tissue. I told them they need to come up with a new term instead of deep tissue massage of what she does, because this girl, Brianna is her name, she's wonderful. But I said we should call it the pits of hell massage, because she gets in there so deep with her elbow. Oh, I was like literally in tears. But I know she's loosening up, and it's a lot better. I couldn't even do this a week ago, and it's still a little bit stiff. So hopefully she gets that worked out for me. All right, guys, let me get out of here for now. You guys enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much for all your support of my ice bath videos, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.